That's Howie. That's not me. Howie.
Happy birthday. Welcome, everybody. My name's John McDonough, and I'm the city manager here for the city of Greenville. It's great to be with you this afternoon. I'd like to take a moment to recognize some council members in attendance. I see everybody with a mask on. It's hard to see everybody, but I know John DeWorkin's here. Is our Mayor Pro Tem Lillian here? Lillian Fleming? Councilmember Stahl. Okay. Councilmember Brasington. Councilmember Dow, I think, was going to try to come. But welcome. It's good to see you all. Councilmember Gibson, Ken here. Sheriff Hobart Lewis. Where's the sheriff? Oh, there he is. All right. Right there in the middle. Good to see you, Sheriff. Thanks for coming.
Good to see you.
We got City Judge Matt Hawley. Is Matt out here? Hey, Matt. Good to see you. And we have our City Attorney Mike Pitts. I think some members of our Police Foundation. Thank you all for coming out. As you may know, we've been searching for a police chief to lead our high-performing professional law enforcement team at the Greenville Police Department. The chief of police serves as a member of the city manager's executive team, and I'm looking for a hands-on leader with the technical skills, team-building skills, community outreach skills to continue the department's tradition of top-notch professionalism. I'd like to share a few things that I believe are important in our next chief of police. First, a career history that demonstrates outstanding leadership, the ability to embrace and celebrate the culture, ethnic diversity, community values, and all that Greenville represents. The chief will set the expectations for the department while holding his officers accountable for outcomes. A little bit about the background over the last 10 months or so. Last fall, we went through an extensive search process for a new deputy chief of police. That process included selecting several highly qualified finalists from around the country. They were invited to Greenville, and they interviewed with a citizens panel, an officers panel. We had a media exercise where they actually put together a presentation and presented to actual members of the media, and I interviewed with all of the candidates myself one-on-one. I had an opportunity to debrief with each of the panels, and their overwhelming recommendation was to select Captain Howie Thompson for the deputy chief position. During those discussions, I explained the importance of a deputy chief selection to all of the panels, and that when we conduct a deputy chief search, I do it with an eye toward that person becoming the next chief of police if they demonstrate the leadership, experience, and professionalism that's needed to serve at the next level. On November 20th, 2019, Howie Thompson assumed his duties as deputy chief of police. Who would have known that in just a little over a month after he assumed those duties, Ken Miller resigned his position as chief of police, and I named Howie Thompson as interim police chief. After the first of the year, we updated the position description, began a national search for the chief of police that included the survey component asking what people would like to see in our next chief. Some of the things that came out of that survey, number one was integrity. They wanted to see integrity in the leader of the police department. They wanted respect for all members of the community. They wanted someone that's fair, and very important, someone that can communicate with the community. I sought out feedback from a number of local leaders, as well as various members of the police department. I will say that although he did not apply for the chief's position, much of the feedback was very supportive of promoting Deputy Chief Thompson to Chief of Police. We then shortlisted to a handful of finalists and invited them to Greenville for interviews. In late April, I made an offer to a candidate that ultimately went on to become the Chief of Police for Charlotte, North Carolina. With COVID raging and the restrictions that followed, we decided to put the search on hold. About the same time as COVID, we experienced the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor tragedies. As a result, our City Council formed the Citizen Advisory Panel on Public Safety, made up of diverse representatives of our city to improve communication flow between the Greenville Police Department and the community, to identify public safety issues, develop a dialogue around policing, and recognize the evolving relationship between law enforcement and the community. The panel, chaired by Reverend Stacy Mills, completed its work earlier this week, and he made his recommendations to our mayor and our city council at our virtual meeting on Monday. Its first recommendation was to complete the search to fill the chief of police position. With all this activity taking place, Interim Chief Thompson continued to lead the Greenville Police Department during very turbulent times for law enforcement professionals. He served as a liaison to the Citizen Advisory Panel, engaged with the community, developed an outstanding relationship with Sheriff Lewis and the Greenville County Sheriff's Department, ensured a safe environment for people to gather, protest, and exercise their First Amendment rights, and he earned the respect of the community, business leaders, members of the department, and senior city leadership. I'd like to share a few of the professional qualifications of Deputy Chief Thompson. He served in law enforcement for almost 25 years. He holds a master's degree. He has attended professional law enforcement education programs at the highest levels, including graduating from the Senior Management Institute for Police, as well as the FBI National Academy. He's a graduate of Leadership Greenville. He served in virtually every leadership role within the department, from patrol, detectives, SWAT, where he was the commander, special operations, 3 times on the accreditation team, lieutenant over uniform patrol, and as a captain, he led senior divisions in the organization, including the support division, the operations division, investigations division. He was promoted to deputy chief, and for the past 10 months, he served as our interim chief of police. His community service includes Habitat for Humanity, Executive Board for the Boy Scouts, and the Upstate Warrior Solutions Action Board. His awards: he's highly decorated, the James Perone Officer of the Year. He received the Meritorious Unit for Vice and Narcotics Award. He was the Alcohol Enforcement Officer of the Year, the Greenville Police Department Supervisor of the Year, and he also received the Greenville Police Department Medal of Valor. Interim Chief Thompson has earned our respect. He's put the welfare of his officers first. In my mind, he's a team player. He's humble, respectful, and he's the right leader for the future that will engage the community and take us through the next update of the department's strategic plan, implement the recommendations of the Citizen Advisory Panel, and most importantly, serve as a role model and mentor for the department. Interim Chief Thompson, please come forward. I'd like to invite his wife, Teresa, and his parents. And it's my pleasure now to administer the oath of office, to be followed by the pinning of the chief's insignia by his wife, Teresa.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Jeff. Great pleasure, Chief.
Thank you, sir.
Been looking forward to this for a while. Okay, if you would, raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, John Howell Thompson,
Swear
swear
that I am duly qualified,
that I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of the state,
according to the Constitution of the state,
to exercise the duties of the office
to exercise the duties of the office
to which I have been appointed,
to which I have been appointed,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States of America.
the Constitution of the United States of America.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
chance to say a couple words, Chief. Proud of you today.
Well, usually I'm not at a loss for words, but today I kind of am. You know, there's not many secrets around LEC, but this was a very well-kept secret because I have seen many of y'all today and this morning, and nothing has been, there was not a word been said about this, but I am truly honored. I appreciate the city manager, city council, the mayor giving me, you know, the support and allowing me the chance to do this. We have a great agency here. I really appreciate all you officers and all you people that are here. Thank you. There's a lot of city staff here too that I really appreciate, and the police department wouldn't be in the position it is without y'all, and so we appreciate every one of your support helping us make the police department what it is, and couldn't do it without any of you. The city of Greenville truly is a great place to work and to live and to visit and come, and it's because of everybody here, the police department, the city staff, the citizens. So I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, officers. I'm so proud of you. Yes, 2020 has been a hard year, but y'all have excelled and done well. I cannot say enough good things about everything the team here at the Greenville Police Department has done. Every man and woman, every position, whether it's administrative or communications or an officer or my senior staff, they have just done excellent and excelled. And it takes every one of us to do what we have done this year. And so we'll be glad to get 2020 out. Looking forward to a good 2021 and working with everyone. But thank you all so much. I truly appreciate it. And I also want to thank my buddy Hobart Lewis, the sheriff. He has been just a great friend, and we have worked well together, and couldn't be here without the sheriff's office. Also, they have been just done a tremendous job and partnered with us so well, and we are lucky as citizens of Greenville to have them, right by our side. So thank you, Sheriff. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, everybody.
That concludes our ceremony. Thank you all for coming today.
We're not going to sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Thompson. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.